Hello, beautiful group. Greg Jones here again this week with your weekly call. How are we all doing? Well, it's a beautiful day here in Motueka, the top of South Island, and today's call is all about the law of attraction. Sign over there a bit. That looks better. So the law of attraction working for you. Is the law of attraction working for you? Now, when I first started out in the personal development industry, there's so many things and ideas and concepts around what the law of attraction is. Some people believe if you step into meditation enough, you will create it. Some people believe that by taking enough action and what you want, you will create it. And that's certainly both true to a certain extent, because it's all about being in the right structure. And I'll get to that shortly. I'll draw up some education on the board there to explain to you from my point of view how I see the law of attraction working. Because certainly in my life and my experiences, there's been ups and downs and successes and failures and all sorts of crazy stuff based around who I was being, what actions I was taking and what I was creating. And if we want to have creations that we love in life, then we really have to come from our own inner power. We have to come from our true love, our true self, of our heart chakra, etc., to really create what it is that we love. And it's so beautiful when we actually step into it, because that's when the magic really happens. When we're following our heart, we're creating it just because we love it. We're finding that gift of why we are here, and then learning the best we can out of it, becoming that, whatever it is for you. For me, it's working in advanced consciousness. I just love it. It's my passion. I love sharing it. I love working with it. I love serving clients. I love just being in this whole industry and studying and learning about it to be the best that I can be, so I can evolve and then share it with others. So you need to find your gift if you haven't yet. Find your gift, study it, become the best at it, and go and share it. And depending on what that is, people will pay for it, whether it's a service or a product. As a measurement of value, people are willing to pay for it. And it's such a beautiful thing to actually create and have from your heart of what you love and take the action around it. And when we do, it's a lot easier to do it that way than it is trying to do something for money or for family or for whatever. We must always come from our heart and do it just because we love it. So, the law of attraction. The law of attraction. If we focus now on our current reality, and we're going for our desired reality, and say, for example, we want to become an online business person. If an online business applies us regular income, what would it be? An artist, a musician, entrepreneur, whatever it may be. Say, for example, here we want to create an online business. If we want to create that and we don't have it yet, then that's more and now is less. So that means here is we don't have an online business. We might have a job, whatever it may be, but we can see there is the two structures. Now, if we're in our current reality of working 40 hours a week at this current job and taking action around that, that's what we will create. But as we're going for this desired reality, have our online business, that's more. And if that's more of what we want, then we need to take the action in here to be this. And this is where the law of attraction is key. Because whatever structure you're in is a structure that the law of attraction will operate in. So we don't have any control over the law of attraction except being in the right structure. So if we're creating our online business, which was for me has been online business and coaching, we just finished an awesome certification in this work now, so you can come with us and get certified. If you want to do that or have a look at it, have a connection call, flick me an email. We've got the one-on coaching products. We've got removing resistance to making videos products, public speaking products, all these cool products, and the masterclass as well, all from being in here creating an online business. And the law of attraction's been so beautiful because it's been able to attract everything that's needed to create those products. But it wasn't always like that. 4 or 5 years ago, I was here having my corporate job, having a couple of small businesses on the side, wanting this. But every time I'd go to be that coach, which I never thought I was good enough for, because I didn't belong doing that, because I had those sabotaging beliefs, every time I wanted to create this, I'd come up against resistance. A big resistance for me was being judged by others. Oh, you can't do that. People will judge you. I had it really, really severe. So it's really hard for me to take action and having this, because when you've got an online business and coaching, you're out in the social media field, you're out on programs, you're being seen, you're being recorded. So unconsciously, I always knew that people would be continuously judging me. So my unconscious would put up all this resistance to stop me taking action in here. But I pushed through it. I pushed through it because I wanted this and I love this. And that's how the removing resistance to making videos product came about, because I just itemized everything I went through in the public speaking and put it into a program. So I know that it works. So as we're encountering this resistance, obviously, society teaches us that we're broken. You have to fix yourself. And you're not. They're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. You're just in the wrong structure. And the wrong structure can give you the law of attraction in that structure. So what would be happening here is you go down here, you try and fix yourself. You might read a book. You might do a transformation program. You might go do some therapy, counseling, whatever it may be, to try and fix yourself. And what I worked out in doing this work is I just stepped into being a coach. I got myself some clients. I got a camera for the laptop. I got some lights, and then I was able to do this, push through the resistance, and then use the processes that I'd learned to remove it once I started recognizing what they were. Feeling being safe, not getting too big, the fear of failure. Then I went through the fear of success. What if I get it right and become successful? What do I do then? People will still judge me. And I know I'm not perfect. I'm happy with that. And I don't mind being judged. Because I know that with that, when people are judging me, at least I'm putting myself out there and I'm making positive change in the world, which is just awesome. So here, if we're in a current reality having the job, we'll be stuck. When we're in our desired reality, we're flying. If we're in the middle, we're isolating. Now, when we've got our job and we're stuck and we're not too sure what we want to go for, because this was me all those years ago, excuse me, start taking action. You feel the resistance, come down here. You might do something to try and fix yourself, do a program or read a book or get some more education. You'll come up here. You'll go for it again. Something else might put up here, like the 6 sabotaging beliefs. Not good enough, not capable, don't belong, not worthy, not perfect, not insignificant, you've never been seen. Whatever this is, then we'll come up here again and we'll go for it again. And we're just going round in the cycle. Now, law of attraction gives us who we are being. It gives us what we're choosing to create. And what we choose to create is what we think about. The thinking, feeling, and emotions around it. So if you're in the structure of being stuck and isolated, just swinging like this, what's the law of attraction going to give you? That's right, more of the same thing. So law of attraction in this case is just going to give us more of the job, more being stuck, and more options to try and fix ourselves. So we must push through it, come into our flowing, excuse me, and start taking action in our desired reality. Can you see that? When we're taking action in our desired reality, once we've been doing this for 4 to 6 weeks, and it just gets better and easier, we use the processes to remove the resistance, what's in the way, and turn it into wisdom so it serves you, so it's easy to take the action in here. And then what's the law of attraction going to give to us then? our desired reality and flowing, and the structure of flowing. So if you think about everything you've ever created, started off in the mind first, you've thought about it. You thought that would be a cool product or a service or a cool thing to do, a nice bit of art to paint or a song to write, a fence to build, whatever it might be, a garden to create. All starts in here first with a thought. And this is just naturally how we think. And then that gives us a feeling of what it would be like to create and have that. And then we get into the feeling around it, that gives us emotions. And those emotions and feelings and thoughts give us ideas to take action. Now, when we actually think about it, we have this process here, which, say, for example, is stuck. We've got a job and we're thinking and feeling the emotion of what it would be like to have that online business that would be so awesome. We then might do some work around it to get our belief up, get our belief up so we can actually do it. Once we get our belief in ourselves, we start taking the actions. We take the actions to create. Now, when we're taking the actions, we'll also have our behaviors. Our actions are our biggest form of information of who we're being. And our behaviors around our actions to create our online business as we're moving forward into this. So this will be our behaviors. It'll also be based around our values. It's important that we do work around our values because our values really do drive us. And values is not taught a lot out there. And if you haven't done any values work, there's plenty of ways to do it on the internet. We can jump in the masterclass or whatever you want to do, or reach out and I can do a session on it. Values is so important because it's what's most important to us. It's everything from the past as well, from our behaviors, from what we've learned. You know, everything we've learned from the past is just because we've been shown it or taught it or seen it or had action in there. So we've taken it on as a belief. But it's so important to have our values because that's what's most important to us. And certainly doing this work, the most two important values are financial abundance or monies and health. Because without those two, you can't have everything that you want. And a lot of people will feel that having a value of money, rich people are bad, or having money is bad, or you should be focusing on money all the time. And it's not about focusing on it. It's about creating something that supplies it to you so you can have the family, the travel, the fun, the love, everything that you want to. So it's really important to have money as a high value. It's the same with health. If you've got all the ideas, the money, and the happy family, and everything in the world, and you're sick, then you can't enjoy it. So it's really important to have health and money as a high value. So let's come back to here now. We're taking actions of this new way of being to create this online business with our business and behaviors. As we're taking these actions, this gives us our reality. Who we're being, our reality. So our reality right now here for me is making this video, talking about conscious work. What is your reality? Where are you right now in your reality? All of that will be based around thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So that's the circle. In this work, we specialize in getting your thoughts correct, getting them into a desired reality, based around some great values, to take the right actions to create what it is that you love, just because you love it and for no other reason. Can you see that? So what we do is we get our thoughts right, and that's why it's so important to be focusing continuously on what you want. If we get our thoughts focusing around having a job, we'll simply create this. Now, you might have a job that you love, and that's awesome. I'm not knocking that. If you're happy within that, that's fantastic. Keep doing that, because it's all about doing what you love. But if you don't and you're wanting more in life, then reach out because I can help. Because we can move you along from the structure of stuck, isolating, and into flowing. What will happen is you'll start taking some isolating steps. You'll start moving, taking some more action. You'll get into flowing. And then eventually you'll get into flowing and you'll be a little bit isolating. And then you'll be flowing full time. That takes anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks, depending on your creation. And the whole time, we'll be removing this resistance in the middle here. The fear, the guilt, the shame, the sabotaging beliefs, the worry, the not being safe, don't want to be seen. Everything you've created in the past, we can simply remove by doing the processes. So once we get our thoughts right of creating an online business, we believe that we can do it, we're taking the actions, the behaviors, the values, making a product or a service in the reality of doing that, we've got this beautiful loop of success and our desired reality. And that's where the law of attraction will simply give us more of that. So really my question to you is, life's a choice. You get to choose what you want. You get to choose what structure you want to be in and what you want to create, either way. Now, obviously in your current reality, that's not all bad. If you're doing what you love, because you'd actually move your job over to here because you're doing what you love. You're sitting comfortable, flowing in there, and that's fine. You might be investing your money from job into property or shares or whichever and creating a good fortune. That's fantastic. But if you're not happy and you think there's more in life, like your true nature and purpose, then let's get the ball rolling with that. Because there's a lot of people out there that need our help, that are waiting for our product and our services so they can have a better life. And you'll know what that is as I'm talking and sharing it with you, because all my life I've always known there was something I had to do and I had to teach. But I had the sabotaging belief every time I wanted to go do it. Oh, you don't belong doing that. You know, when you're young, you're going to university or going to college or doing courses, doing programs. It was always there. You know, you don't belong doing that. That's not for you. And it was never true. It was just a sabotaging belief that I'd taken on as a little one, that held on to, that was secured through my growing up. And I believed it unconsciously. So all the actions I wanted to take, couldn't take them, because if I did, and someone said, you don't belong doing that, you're not good at that, all it would do is fulfill my identity at my current stuck, that I didn't belong. So I avoided all that sort of stuff so I wouldn't get told that I don't belong or I'm not good enough. If that resonates with you, none of it's true. It's just emotions and feelings attached to past memories. How does that work? If we, for example, here, draw your conscious, which is your thoughts, it's your ego, it's everything you think about. If we bring that into the conscious, and then we bring our unconscious into here, which is all about survival, feelings, keeping things the same. Unconscious loves to keep things the same. If it keeps things the same, then it knows you'll be safe. Because once something happens and you survive, the unconscious keeps repeating that pattern to keep you alive. So we have traumatic memories attached in here. They can be conscious, we might better remember them. Unconscious, before the age of 4 or 5, can't remember them until we step into it and do the work. We might have a memory out here in our superconscious field that we can only remember when we step into it by doing the action towards something, whatever that may be. You know, you might have a traumatic experience from someone who picked on you as a kid, and you don't really think about it too much because, you know, he left this town, city, or you left, whichever. You don't have that anymore. But then all of a sudden you're walking down the street and you see someone wearing the similar shirt or body size, and it reminds you of that. Then it'll turn the neurons on and bring it into your active experience in here, which is what you are being, active experience. It'll bring it in here. And what it does, it just doesn't bring the memory in to your active experience. It also brings the pain. Now that pain, the emotion, the feeling, is what you feel when you go in here that stops you taking these actions to have your online business. And that may be you're going to go start doing a video, and a traumatic memory from when you did a video had pain attached to it. Your first ever video that you did, or someone was videoing you, and someone laughed at you and said, "Oh, look at you, you look terrible." So you put up a memory that getting in front of cameras is bad. So every time you go to do that and do video content, the resistance will come up and say you're bad. Remember last time that happened? That wasn't so good. We don't want that happening again, because the unconscious is all about survival and feeling. So that's where the emotions and feelings can come into your field when you go to do something, and you can experience resistance. And none of it's true. It's just a feeling or emotion attached to that past memory that as you're going to create this, the resistance pops up and you can feel it. And that can be that you're simply walking down the street, you're going to do something, and all of a sudden something comes over you and you're like, I don't know what came over me. I was fine, and then now I feel grumpy, or I feel moody, or I'm starting to get anxiety, body sweats. That's all just resistance being thrown into your field from past memories, so you don't take this desired reality on. Now, the reason being it does that is because here, having this job in your current reality, you have an identity. This is your current identity. This is who you are being. This is who you are. This is your reality. If that's where you are in the current reality, it's your job. As you're going to create all this, to have this desired reality, have that online business, we start experiencing the resistance, the sabotaging beliefs, the fears, judgment, the worry, the shame, the guilt, whatever. Once we start removing that, and we're able to start shifting towards this more and taking action in here, we're actually creating a new identity. A new identity of being an online business owner. Now, to create this new identity, the old identity has to do what? That's right, it has to die. Now, for it to die and to have a new identity being created, it's not going to be too happy about that, because identities do not like dying. So they will naturally throw up all this resistance naturally into your field, use all sorts of emotions and feelings, what they have stored in their vault, I guess you could say, a whole cocktail of emotions and feelings that throw at your resistance to stop you being this new person, because they might believe, well, they do believe to start with, the old identity believes, for you to have this, will you survive unconsciously? How will it feel? What if you die? Like, what if it doesn't feel good when you're creating it? But as we start to remove this, we start shifting over to our desired reality, start flowing, having a little bit of isolating, we're building this beautiful new identity with ease, because we're removing the resistance through the processes. We're removing the emotion feelings off the past memories, so it becomes wisdom. And when it becomes wisdom, it serves you, and it's easy to take the action. It's easy to ring the clients. It's easy to make the videos. It's easy to one-on-one. Obviously, all you need is education to know what you're talking about, of course, for a product or a service, whatever it may be, but it gets easier. And then what happens is this identity here, as we call it, starts to die, but it actually transitions over into your desired reality and becomes this new being. So where the law of attraction kicks in, it just follows who you're being right through that whole process. So it's going to start here and then finish there. Start giving you less, and as you step into creating more and taking action, stepping outside your comfort zone, it's going to start giving you more. That's why it's so important, the law of attraction, to be in your desired reality, because you'll just get more of it. And if you're stuck, it'll just give you more of what you don't want. you see that? So this is my version of the law of attraction. Thoughts are things, what you think about, you bring about. So whatever structure you're in, the law of attraction will simply just give you more of it. So that's my beautiful call today. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you have any questions, just throw it in the comments in the group and I'm happy to answer them. If you'd like to come and have a one-on-one call, reach out and experience this work. You might want to experience one of the 7 processes and the certification, like the Superconscious Recode or the Negative Flip Belief or the 3 Chair, the 3 Circle, all pretty cool. Family entanglements. If there's something you'd like to experience to remove this, so it's no longer a challenge, so you can have this, whatever it is to you, then we need to chat because I can help. I can guide you to remove this, like I do for my clients and like I did for myself. Have this with ease. A lot easier to have this when we don't have the emotion and feelings attached to the past pains. So I hope you got a lot out of this video today. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor. I absolutely love this work and I love you. Any questions, like I mentioned, just reach out and ask. Happy to help. Thanks for watching.